Outgoing Justice Secretary Menardo Guevarra went over the transition at the DOJ and other matters in a public forum today. Let's get some details from Greg Gregorio, who's reporting to us live from Manila. Hi, Greg. Good afternoon. First, did Outgoing Secretary Guevarra we know that outgoing Secretary Menardo Guevarra only took over the DOJ in 2018 after Vitaliano Aguirre's resignation. And now that Secretary Guevarra is preparing to exit, what did he think were the highlights of his career at the DOJ in the last 4 years?
Hi, Sean. Good afternoon. During the public forum earlier, Secretary Menardo Guevarra, or Outgoing Justice Secretary Guevarra, has mentioned one by one some of the landmark cases that the Department of Justice has accomplished in the recent 4 years or since he assumed office as Secretary of the Department. And Guevarra mentioned a number of cases such as the pyramiding cases of Balahadhay, John Jalani kidnapping case, the sitting murder case, the Vero Air tax evasion case, and of course the conviction of some individuals behind the Maguindanao massacre, which was given in 2019. Sean?
Right. In a meeting, Greg, his successor, Boying Remulla, described the system as masalimuot. Did Guevarra elaborate on what Remulla might have meant?
Yes, Sean, according to Outgoing Secretary Guevarra, incoming Secretary Remulla must probably be referring to a large or wide array of responsibilities that he would be taking on once he would seat or take office as a Secretary of the Department of Justice. As explained by Guevarra, he also had the same experience when he assumed office in 2018, considering that the Department of Justice has about 10 to 11 attached agencies, including the National Bureau of Investigation, the Bureau of Immigration, as well as other government agencies under the umbrella of the Department of Justice. Sean?
Right. Outgoing Secretary of Justice Guevarra also said that the DOJ's drug war review has so far been the most sensitive case that he has taken on. Did he expound on why this is the case?
Yeah, Sean, Guevarra admitted that, yes, the implementation of the drug war or the war on drugs by the Duterte administration is one of the most sensitive cases that he had to take on, because Guevarra admitted that at one hand, President Duterte made a directive to law enforcement agencies to be all out against these individuals behind the proliferation of illegal drugs. But on the other hand, as a chief of the Department of Justice, he would need to ensure that all of these law enforcement agencies or individuals will be accountable in all of their procedures. And Guevarra mentioned that the president understood where he was coming from, and that even as there are times that they have opposite or opposing views on certain matters, the president did not even call out Guevarra at any single moment. And President Duterte even said, or even told Guevarra that he must only, that President Duterte will never interfere in his responsibilities as a Secretary of Justice, so long as Guevarra would only follow what the law says. Sean?
Right, and did Secretary Guevarra give any other reaction on the issue of the mask mandate in Cebu now in his final weeks of service?
Yeah, Sean, Guevarra highlighted that all of the guidelines issued by the Interagency Task Force, or the IATF, are in accordance to the directives of the President Duterte as Chief Executive of the country. Thus, the local executive units or the local chief executives are expected to somehow align with what with the guidelines issued by the IATF as ordered by President Duterte. Now, this ordinance issued by the Cebu province, making the use of face mask as optional. Guevarra said this is inconsistent with the national regulation. Thus, Governor Gwen Garcia of Cebu province, Guevarra suggests that Cebu province Governor Garcia must then appeal to IATF instead to possibly modify the existing rules, and they just have to present a scientific basis for the IATF to probably consider in this move for the making or for changing the regulation on the use of face masks amid this COVID-19 pandemic. Sean?
All right, thank you so much for all those updates. Greg Gregorio reporting to us live from Manila.